Scamily. Scamily, Scamily hit me up, and Scamily told me about the plans, and I was just like, dude, what the hell is this? This is crazy. I was like, I said, so I pulled out early. I said, look, you guys go in the house. You do that. I will hop in and out. No, no, no. You got to come in the house. It's the only way. The fans want all of us together. I was like, dude, yeah, but you got to make sense. I just don't understand my old ass. People going to be like, this got a whole son at home, a whole fiance. Is she, what? Why is she moving back? I could hear my mother now, child. I wasn't trying to hear it. So the ideas went left. I saw where it was going. We were supposed to sit down and talk about things further. I had an idea of more of a retreat / kind of like a motivational type vibe, but still with the party, still bad girl-esque, but they're elevated. It's years later. They have children now. They're mothers now. And unfortunately, we're in the midst of a very dangerous and serious pandemic. That has to be accounted for. We have to plan, the right way to make sure is right and everybody's safe first and foremost. Because see, if something happens to your health, it's a dub. Like, you can't do nothing, God forbid, if you're sick. Everything stops. So we got to make sure we're healthy first, and then we can move forward. Right. Contracts are right. Money's right. Everything is good to go. I didn't want this to look rinky-dink or like amateur night. These girls have done this before. They were chosen out of thousands to tell their story in front of the entire world. Scamily included, unfortunately, which I think she should be out the club, by the way, for her behavior and the choice of words that she has used to me. Until she apologizes publicly, Natalie, honestly, I really think you need to be out. You need to be gone. I have spoken to a few unproblematic queens tonight, and the general consensus, none of them was shady, don't you dare come for them. The general consensus is that you are a hot rotisserie ass mess, and you have got to go. You are probably experiencing hot flashes. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what you. But you have got to sit down and sit and relax. Because let's be really honest. I'm gonna be real honest with you, and I'm gonna talk to you like I talk to my homies. I'm gonna talk to all of y'all like I talk to my homies right now, because I'm tired and y'all about to get the whole tea. Listen, let's be real. I didn't need you. I did not need you to do a reunion. You didn't even really go here. You have contributed like we all have contributed, but I am the godmother. And if there was going to be a reunion, it should have been done the right way. And I was willing to share that with you. I was willing to partner with you, because you guys, the truth is, I've known Natalie Scamily for a very long time. And even though she has the bad parts, I've grown to love her. She's very fun. She's very entertaining. I thought it would be good. I thought she had a good head on her shoulders after all this time, after everything she's been through, after praying with her, after being with her, after all of this stuff. I thought it was going to be good. And you bring me on board, and I'm convinced this was all a stunt in your head. You concocted a plan to use me, as well as others, for this OnlyFans charade, so you can run away with your plastic bag. Where the heck? I just don't understand how you thought you was going to get away with this, Natalie. The Queen's Child Project. And here go Rocky following you around like a puppy dog that's lost and don't got a damn home. You should be ashamed of yourself, Rocky, because you was a fan favorite. I had such high hopes for you. And then I see you up there parading around with this. Sis, I see you. So keep the same energy. My eyes have been so open to what's in front of me. I have always been gracious to these girls. I have always been good to them. We have our spats on a reunion every so often. I'm there to do a job. A lot of the times you have to do things you're not really 100% with sometimes, and I agree. Sometimes I could do better, but other from that, we don't have no issues. We don't have no beef. I cheer y'all on. You can literally go on the Jen's post, go on the Paula's post right now on Instagram, and find me with hearts. You can find me under the Claremont's Twins post. You can find me under Scamily, Natalie's post. You can find me under Gabby's post. You can find, because I celebrate us. I love us. I want the best for us. I wanted us to feel like, you guys to feel like princesses. And I wanted to be an experience that was worth your while. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, sometimes when shows first start up, they might not have all of the budget right away. But if you put the time in and stuff, you get it the second go round. And it's all about being a part of the sisterhood and just, you know, exhibiting our growth. Natalie went completely left with this whole thing. Completely left with this whole thing. The nerve of you. After I was willing to share everything with you. I was pissed this week. A lot happened. Danny and Gabby were stressing me. Okay, so here's the deal. I saw Gabby posting that video for OnlyFans, and I put on her, this is madness. I went under the post, and I put, this is madness. And she wrote back to me, what is madness? Annoyed. And I wrote her back in her DM, and I said to her, Gabby, pull out now. This is not good. It's not a good look. It's just not for you. She got upset with me or whatever, or she ignored me. I don't even remember because so much has happened since then. Okay. Natalie and I get into it online. You guys saw that. It should not have happened that way. To the bad girls watching, to the fans happen, it should not have went down the way that it did. The words I was called, the slurs I was called. I reached out to my homegirl. And shout out to Amanda Seals, who spoke to me this morning and got my mind right where it should be. You know, because I had to call her. I said, sis, they done called me out my damn name. And she said, yeah, they're going to call you that. They're gonna say that. But it ain't what you call. Same thing I said, ain't what you call, it's what you answer to. And that was it for me. Once I saw the post on the shade room, I said, oh my God. And at one point they had took it down because they had spelled my name wrong. Do you know Natalie messaged me and asked me, why did I have the post push? You know I put post up on. Who made to put a poster? I'm not putting no post up on shade room, Natalie. That's your style. Anywho, Natalie and I could have worked together to make this happen for the girls. I was willing to have that happen. But guys, as more time went by, the more upset I was getting at the messages, the more upset I was getting at the name calling, the more upset I was getting about everything, all of it, like the nerve, the audacity of you. The audacity of you. And the blatant disrespect to not, and nobody over there is telling you nothing. Not your damn man. Cordell, you are in this beef tonight. That is her manager. That's who I called her. I said, Cordell, come get your patient. Because she running amok. Cordell has been around for years. And every time I love Cordell, he seems sweet. But every time I see Cordell look like he don't know how the hell he got there or how he getting home. Or, child, let me not even go. Cordell, just get a hold on your client because you claim you're a businesswoman, but everything you're doing look a mess. If you're a businesswoman, you should be running your business, not your mouth. And not this charade, sis. You have the bags. So the argument happened. Now we attracted everybody. Everybody's in the DM. Everybody's here. Everybody's there. My poor manager put his ass through the ringer. Lord child. I get a DM from the Zeus Network. I never open up the DM. I see that it's them, and I let my management know that they have made contact. This is a company who I suggested to Natalie from the very beginning that we work with because they're Black owned, and I was willing to potentially see what could be, if we decided to, go with them for the reunion. Natalie straight up told me F Zeus. Straight up. She was like, F Zeus, they not paying, this, that, whatever. All that. They've been talking to her. They not this, they not that. We're doing OnlyFans. She was adamant about that. I was like, dude, we have bad girls who have done this, who are recognized. I don't think we should throw this together. Let's get this right. Let's at least see if they're interested. She didn't want to hear anything. Okay? So anyway, press forward to, I never got to the DM. They made contact or whatever. They set up a conversation with me. The truth of the matter is this. We get on the phone and I wasn't trying to hear anything about sitting down with Natalie because I was very pissed off. I was very hurt. I felt disrespected. I felt slighted. I couldn't believe it during a time like this, in this climate, that type of language would be used towards someone like me who's so supportive towards other people. And my sister at that, someone who I just prayed for. So sis, I was having a hard time coming to, I was like, I don't really know about this. And then, you know, they obviously kept talking, whatever. So they made an offer, and which I thank them for. I really thank you. I'm very grateful. I appreciate you guys, and I support Black business. I told my manager at this time, it's not right for me, and I proceeded to walk away. At that point, from my knowledge, this is what I know, they then reached out to the Victor twins. And because I had walked away from the deal, I didn't counter, I didn't anything, I just walked away. I don't know what happened after that. I'm not exactly aware completely of their conversation or what was said. I don't know. I would be lying if I said I did. But I don't know what happened. The next thing I know, they had came back, talks ensued. And it came down to, okay, what would you like? And I said, like I always do when people ask me, you know, when I'm approached for jobs, I give my rider and what I think is I'm worth for the project. I put it in, my manager sent it out. Up till now, we have yet to hear back. So I'm taking care of my son yesterday, and I get a text from Gabby like, yo, you filming with Natalie over the weekend? I'm like, what you talking about? She's like, Zeus just posted that she filmed with Natalie. I'm like, dude, I don't even have a contract. I didn't sign anything. We had talks. Maybe this is a miscommunication. Let me see what's going on. So I go to Zeus page. Zeus is simply just asking questions about which bad girl would, you know, is the HBIC, that kind of thing, or whatever. But that, Danny and Gabby felt like I slighted them. They felt like I had this set up all along with Natalie to do the show, and that was never, ever the case. First of all, as soon as they messaged me, I was very upfront with both of them. I told them that, listen, they approached me, and if a deal makes sense for me, I will consider sitting down with Natalie, depending. They didn't say, they knew that from the jump. And then as time went on, I felt like they were trying to latch on to me and make us like a team, and like we had an assignment. I don't have anything against the twins or anything like that, but you guys were with Natalie. I tried to save you guys in the beginning. You guys chose to stay with her. When she left, that's when you guys started ringing down my phone, coming towards me, but I told you this was going to happen. So in retrospect, Natalie did mess y'all over because she used your likeness and image, had y'all do videos, had your fans vote, all this stuff, and she got a bag and never split it with y'all. So she's wrong for that for sure. Definitely. But you guys and I never had an agreement. So y'all can't get mad at me for getting a bag for feeding my son. I told you straight up. I said, I just got this house. I got bills to pay. I got stuff to do. And I'm a businesswoman. This is business. This is the real world. This is the real world. This is how it works. Someone is going to make you an offer, and you decide if it's worth it or not. You assess everything. You take everything into consideration. You know, you negotiate, you counter, you do what you got to do. And I expressed that to them. And I was so annoyed because I felt like they kept pressing me. So I called them straight up, and I was like, yo, why are we here? Why I feel like we're in, like, it's like I felt like it was like a weird relationship, and I didn't know what was going on. And anywho, I told them straight up, listen, we don't have a deal. Y'all had that with Natalie. Natalie screws all over. It's messed up, but it's not with me. And if something's right for me, I'm going to go for it. That's the same thing I would tell you guys. If something's right for you, I would tell you to go for it. And that's that. Child. Next thing I know, Danny's doing a YouTube. Child, Danny just need to go. Danny doing a YouTube crying. I'm like, Bumba seed. What? Danny's upset. Gabby's upset. Tanisha was in on it. This was all a part of their plan. But no, never the case. Never the case. Like I said, it may have been a miscommunication on there, and I don't know. A fly was up. We did not. I didn't even get, girl, you know, I'm very, very funny about pictures. We have to be in this limelight. They're going to choose a picture with one eye bigger than the other and one part of the hair higher than the other. Child, you know damn well we didn't give that pic. When I take everything into consideration, everything on a whole, and how messy this whole thing has been, and how unnecessary it's been, how toxic it's been, you know, it's just like, I don't want to be a part of anything anymore. Like, I'm just like, fuck, forget this. You know, I spoke to my fiance, and he was like, babe, the bag is on fire. You gotta drop the bag. I'm like, what? He was like, the bag is on fire. They gave y'all the bag, and y'all lit the bag. It's burning. So some of the money's going to burn. Get the fuck out. Cut your losses now and run. You tried to work with these girls. It's a shit show. Go do your own thing like you was doing. Because I was in the middle of stuff when Natalie called me. I had just got here. I was in the middle of things. I had just actually wrapped a special. You guys will see that soon. I had just wrapped a special. Yes, I say, but I don't broadcast everything. I don't have to. It was said from Dan and Gabby that I used them for promo with Natalie for sure. I'm like, I don't need you guys for promo. Everywhere I go, they know me. I book jobs, and not like that, but I'm just saying, I don't need it. I don't need it. And I would never try to slight you. But after talking to my fiance, after considering all the disrespect, my son name being brought up, lies, all type of, I'm like, you know what? There's a bag on the table. We should have been able to get it. I was looking forward to Disney World. I had a couple of bills I wanted to pay. I had a very tumultuous 2020, like most of you guys who've been through the ringer this year. Okay, it's been a hot rotisserie mess. Hello, I mean, it just won't let up. Scotch bonnet hot. Hello. So I was looking forward to the bag, you guys. Unlike her, I don't have to be like, I'm rich. I'm not yet. I'm rich in God, and that's good enough for me. And when I'm lacking, I'm in between blessings, and that's just fine for me because I know that and I understand that God will always provide. And what I felt in my heart this morning, what I felt this week was definitely a spiritual battle. I definitely was in the middle of Mercury retrograde, and as always, I am still standing. Praise God, and I'm still standing. Praise the Lord. With all that being said, I started to think about one of the main things that contributed greatly to my change. You know, you guys see me a lot. You guys like, you look so good. You lost the weight. Wow, how'd you do it? This and that. And I'm like, why nobody asks about the inside? Because that's where the real transformation happened. And my son coming into my life after I was able to combat postpartum really changed my life. And I started to think about what would I do if he came home and said, Mom, I'm super excited. I'm going to be a part of this thing. They picked me. I'm going to buy my tickets. This is awesome. They told me to tell all my friends to vote for me so I could be a part of this. I'm be like, oh, we lit. Supporting him. He's excited. And then they're like, Mom, because I asked about contracts and to make sure my stuff was right, because I asked to do it this way and have it look a certain way so we don't look like clowns, they snubbed me and they pushed me out. I thought, what would I do? And I'm like, yo, I'll be at somebody's doorstep. And I can't do that because I'm not Danny and Gabby's mama. That's the bottom line. But I am their sister. And as much as y'all piss me the this week, Danny, you especially, I'm coming down to Boston to actually get y'all. Y'all owe me dinner. As mad as I am at the both of you, I thought about my son and I was able to empathize and I was able to see the full circle of everything. Y'all not wrong. Y'all not wrong. Y'all signed on. I wasn't a part of that agreement initially. Y'all signed on. This mad woman went ahead, told people they were in the house. How the hell are you going to tell a fans to vote and put people in the house? Make it make sense, Joanne the Scammer. It don't make sense, Scammerly. How you going to tell people you got to pay to vote, but you're putting people in the house? It doesn't make sense. But she did that. She did that. And I have to, where I'm at right now, you guys, the mess that has been created, the embarrassment that has been created, and so I don't want to be associated with nothing like that at all. That's not what I worked this hard for. I don't want the girls, as you see, the beautiful girls who are here tonight, to be associated with that. It's just an absolute disaster, and it's a mess. Danny and Gabby were a part of something. So was Erica as well. You guys all agreed. You had them make videos. You had them do the stuff. You got the views. You got the money. Pay them their money. This was my thing at first. Pay them their money, Natalie. Pay them what you owe them because it's right. Then you and I can get the bag that's offered on the table. Because, see, I had plans for the bag. And you call me out my name. And I'm going to be real honest. I'm going to be so real right now. I'm going to be so real. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with what you said to me. I got a problem with how you handled this whole week. I got a problem with how you handled this whole thing. And after I thought maybe you was homegirls, I thought you was my peoples, and you was a snake this whole time. So make this right, sis. Pay the girls you owe them, okay? And I will consider potentially get in the bag with you if you could if you could shut up for 24 hours, if you could keep it together and not be nasty, not hit below the belt. You can't do it. Why am I even wasting my breath? You can't do it. You can't do it. You probably can't. No, she can't do it, guys. I can't give another chance. She can't do it. She's not capable. I tried. I tried it. She played me. She made all of us look crazy. You know what? Zeus, I thank you so much for contacting me. I thank you so much for the conversations. I appreciate the offer. Due to the craziness and the madness that my very sick sister Scamily has displayed, I'm sure you've seen the madness yourself. We're going to try to get her into a nursing home or something, or the help that she so desperately needs, because definitely she doesn't belong with us. And unfortunately, at this time, I got to walk away from the bag. I'm not interested in doing anything with Natalie until she can get a grip on herself, until she can get herself together. We just don't belong. We just are not. We're just not the same. And you know, sometimes you just got to get away from the garbage before you start to stink. You got to. You know, not all money is good money. And yes, I had plans, and yes, I needed it, but the twins felt slighted again. So they signed on to do this project. They got snubbed. And then, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know Zeus was going to contact them. I had no idea till after the fact. Once again, there may have been a miscommunication. Zeus, I'm not blaming you at all. Shout out to you guys. But they also felt like they were contacted, even though a conversation doesn't mean or guarantee that you're going to get something. But they were contacted again, and then they didn't hear anything. And then all of a sudden, they see a flyer. They're in constant communication with me, and I don't mention it. As something as simple as, hey, a flyer is going to go up or whatever, I would have simply called you guys or texted you and say, hey guys, they're going to put up this thing for promo for Zeus. Just a heads up. That's how I do things. That's how I get down. I never wanted to sneak you. I never wanted to dish you. You guys are my sisters. I can't stand y'all at all. But y'all my sisters. Even Scamily, in a weird way. You still my sister, but I don't you. There's a lot of family I cut off this year. Had to be like that, sis. Sometimes it's better that way. Sometimes you got to love them from a distance. There ain't no shade, ain't no love lost. It's just, you messy, sis, and you bad for business, and I can't fuck with that, sis. You fucking up the bags. You dropping the bags at this point. So anyway, that's what it is. I thank all of you for tuning in. I really love doing this. This is my element. I'm comfortable. I would love if the girls could get together in some capacity. We'll see what comes up. I can't promise you anything. Like I said, there has been interest in different capacities, but I don't know which way it's going to go. I'll be lying if I said I did. But as I just said, I'm standing with the Victor twins tonight. They and Erica, they have been done wrong. They have been robbed. I gotta do what's right here. I can't leave it up to this mad woman. It's like Trump running the office. God's not gonna ask me about Natalie. He's gonna ask me about me. So as much as I want this, I gotta make sure my sisters is taken care of first, and that's just the right thing to do. That's what I'm at. I thank you guys so much. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to my management who's been holding me down this week, my tribe. I wanted to get someone special on here for you tonight. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I love you guys. Cody, thank you. That's it. Natalie, Scamily, bad sis. But the good news is I'm potentially, and I'm open and I'm willing to fix it. If you are, the ball's in your court. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? How you gonna win when you ain't right within? How you gonna win when you ain't right within? How you gonna win? You can't. There's no way. Gotta get here right first, and everything else will follow. What's for you will always be for you. Nobody can take that. Nobody. I love you guys. I'm done. Zeus, I love you guys.